Well, I took that piece of crap Athlon Rangecraft chronograph back. Then I got the Garmin Xero C1 Pro. Made a couple groups. This is 6.8 Western. Same thing I tried to do with the Athlon and the 175 tip Game King. And did it read? Let's see. I did this group first and it read. Let's go with history. Okay. Shots 1, 2, 3. This is the shots in the session. Let's see here. I just want to see the overall session. Let me take this over here. All right. This is my first. I literally just got this maybe a couple hours ago, so I got to look my way through it here. Really? So this is how you do it. 2620. Hold on, let me try to do this two-handed so it's quicker. Okay. I guess it doesn't just show all the, you can't click on the session. I don't want to go to each and every shot and the session. I want a summary of the shots in the session. See if I can't find that somewhere. No. Let's go to settings or something. That's not going to be it. Back. Okay, man, this, well, needless to say, it didn't, the Garmin C whatever zeros, the Garmin Xero C1 Pro didn't pick up any of these shots either. The 6.8 Western and 175 grain Sierra tipped Game King. It picked up every one of these perfectly. 400 Legend wouldn't pick up any of those. So both the Garmin Xero C1 Pro and the Athlon Rangecraft chronograph are both garbage. They're both worthless. This one's actually more worthless because it's $500. The Athlon's only 400, so if you want to waste less money, buy the Athlon, but they're both complete and utter garbage. They belong in at the bottom of the garbage. This one's screens are pretty much garbage. The Athlon actually has better screens. When you go into look at the history on this, the Athlon actually, it has a summary of the shot, the standard deviation, and different things like that. This one doesn't seem to have that. You actually can only just go into each and every shot. That, hold on, okay, there's session summary. It's just in a different spot. Wait. Shot one. No, that's not the session summary. It said session summary. What the hell? Let's go with shot list and see what this is. 2602. So, yeah, I mean, this is extremely stupid and complicated. The Garmin sucks. I had 3 different shots. Let's see this one. See, this shot was 22:55. The first shot was different. So I want to see. 2255. Let's see what it says. 2255. 2285. Okay, so when it says shot, it means a session of shots. That's so stupid. Look at this. So when you go to shots 2, that should say session 2, not shots 2, because that makes me think it's just shot 2. This is actually a different session that I had. So when I click on this one and hit OK, see it, and if you look right here, it looks like it's just one shot, which is very misleading and stupid. But if you click on the session summary, well, it shows the average up there. So if you click on that, then it shows you all the shots. It shows you the average, max, standard deviation was 30, 24, 29 foot-pounds. So the screens are just kind of pretty stupid on the Garmin Xero C1 Pro, but they're both pretty much garbage because you go there trying to get shots to read. 1, 2, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That might have been 2. 8. 8 read. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 didn't read. So it's batting a little over 50%. For $500, I guess that would work maybe in the MLB, but other than that, this thing's hot garbage. Unfortunately, it just simply doesn't want to read some shots. So if you want to waste less money, I would say get the Athlon. I would say also, since I just had the Athlon, played with it for a little bit anyway, its screens are much easier to understand and scroll through. It flows better than the Garmin, which is probably why the Garmin came out with the C2 Pro. I mean, that's pretty bad when you have to basically correct yourself and make something more expensive. They're basically admitting, hey, this one's garbage. Let's come out with a different one, make it more expensive. And I'm sure they probably copied off Athlon and made some of their screens flow better. But regardless, hey, maybe the new one might read some of those other shots that none of them read so far, but these should all be about probably $20 at the best. I mean, this is plastic. There might be some LED in there, but they're basically just plastic and a little bit of data, some microchips or some crap. They should be about $20. They're pretty much hot garbage and worthless. You go to a range and you can't even see 6 out of the 14 shots that you took don't even read. So straight garbage between Garmin and Athlon. Unfortunately, there's really no other option except for those old school ones that are like 20 or $30 and probably have basically the same exact innards. These just look different. That's all they did. They took all that stuff and just made it into a smaller thing and made it probably 300 or 400 times the price, or 200 or 300% higher, because those are like 30, 40, $50. These are 500. So whatever that is, it's 500 or 600% higher. Same exact technology. So waste your money however you want to. I think they're all pretty much garbage.